First, the top headlines. Women groups Village Authority, youths of Guiganglong Langol stage sit-in protest against the recent eviction carried at Guiganglong Langol. Godmei clan denizens felicitated Dr. Pantibon Liu Godmei, the first Godmei woman in Doctor of Ministry. India reports 4,120 new COVID cases, 20 days in last 24 hours. Active case load has declined to 43,415. And India beat Australia by 6 wickets in final T20 international cricket to clinch the series 2-1. Hello, good evening and welcome to ELITETV. I'm Pari Yendrembam giving you 6 p.m. prime time English news. Now, before giving you the news, we request you to follow the SOP given by the government. Wear face masks when out in public, wash hands regularly and maintain a minimum distance of 6 feet between one person and another. ELITETV requests you to get vaccinated in time to protect ourselves from this virus and play your part in the fight against COVID-19. Now, the news in detail. Expressing resentment against the recent eviction carried out on 24th September by the team led by RO Sadarwis along with staffs of the Central Forest Division and police personnel at the residence of one widow, Azen Kamei, wife of late Francis Kamei of Guiganglong Langol in Imphal. Women groups Village Authority and youths of Guiganglong Langol today sit in protest at Guiganglong Community Hall. Speaking to media persons during the protest, Guiganglong Women Development President Simla Kamei lamented that the eviction team from Central Forest Division came on September 23rd at the house of the widow Azen Kamei and asked the family to remove the house without prior written notice. However, the family requested for a time to talk on which they are advised to meet the DFO on September 26. In contradiction against their own advice, the Central Forest Division with extra forces came the next day morning, September 24th, the Saturday, and demolished the victim house, narrated Simla Kamei, adding that some of the forest staffs were under the influence of the alcohol while dismantling the house. She further stated that the unlawful demolition of the widow house has provoked civil unrest resulting in verbal and physical harassment and even caused some injury to the victim party. She also clarified that the villagers of the Guiganglong did not never threaten to kill anyone as reported. The Village Authority of Guiganglong and the Pai Thaubai Women's Society, youths and children, young and old, are against the unprecedented forced eviction and demolition of the house without written notice and condemn such act in strongest terms, she concluded.
Authority Maramdi makoy notice amata supide miyoy basi nongmata supidaraga lakraga sumayna tawsi miyoy bagi thawong ra haibnida aduna forest gi aduga police na tawba thawong se ekoina kanna condemn tawe haibse haining bani aduga adu khakta na taduna adu numita makoyna lakpa numito house demolish tawba numita makoyna ekoi bu yam harassment tawani madudi Police la haraga hojiki victim ge family do makoina phage haina lapani akoina phandabgi wani aduga nungdang wairam thengba matam da so amuk ala raga harassment tawe police la raga kadi gi no haraga akoina nakoi gu pangbi ge haina hai kadi pangbi ga no yum thugai raga amuk ga kadi pangbi ga no habise akoi wakhanda leibani aduna adu phabala Karigi damak phabala pura miyoy bahaysi yum ama thugay biradi yum ama hungi kari haisira asigumba injection tawradi mayam si wakhanda nungai taba thopagi wahai khara ama ni akoina nungai taba hairambado makhona pinpoint tawraga adugumbado akoida dum continuously akoina haidabado haye haina hairaga lauraga akoi bu yamna harassment tawbani asi singse akoi yam condemn tawi.
Godmai clan's denizens at Langol Foothill Tarung in Tamaibon Infal today felicitated Dr. Panti Bonriu Godmai for being the first Godmai woman in Doctor of Ministry, which was conferred by Silsil Global University based in Kanglatongpi, Manipur, India at the conference halls of Rongmai Baptist Churches Council Center, SIRS Infal in Langol Tarung. A convocation program of the said doctorate was held on 2nd June 2022. It was later felicitated by IAS retired LP Godmai, MJS Registrar, General High Court of Manipur, Z. Gaifu Silu. Along with many other prominent persons, Secretary of all Godmai clans, Akham Godmai, told media persons that Dr. Panti Bonliu Godmai was also conferred with Tribal Peace and Harmony Award 2014-2016 by Tribal Research Institute Government of Manipur for her outstanding social work. She was also the recipient of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Award for Distinguished Services 2016, said Angam Godmai. He further said that Dr. Panti Godmai is one of the human rights activists and president of Rongmai Lu Phuam, RLP, of 3 states, namely Assam, Manipur and Nagaland, adding that she is the prominent women functionary of all Manipur Christian organization, AMCO, especially during the more than 100 economic blockade and interstate conflicts between Manipur and Nagaland in 2014 to 2016, when Nagaland Students Federation, NSF and the state actor were interacted. Akham went on to narrate that Dr. Panti has also reached out to hills and valley of Manipur and even to Assam and Nagaland to maintain peace, understanding and solidarity even in the midst of the bullet and factional clashes among Naga UZs.
Dr. Panti Bonliu Godmai Rongmai Kabui Abdare Rongmai Women's Organization President so RLP na Rongmai Lu Phuam Hai President Mana Angang Oyangai Naga Inang Kanmam Tamda 1950s to 60s si ceasefire 1964 House na turmoil adu matamda madu mono popa ngang ma si lai tamu su phungde school gi drop out ya tawdi tawling pung Kopum Valley in district ta open mapa ga min ga bin ko ma ga ma ni pasu maru hai ai ki san pi ni ani maya ba han ni ma na sum honab da larik tamna bu su pa pol su na mu tamna wa bu tamna irang na thok ja da ba sis pa lak thau bu si curfew gum ne koi gamai no district ni tam do da ma ji tam phang re the last ai bu di selong da thai
Denizens of Godmai clan, men and women, along with well-wishers, presented garlands, songs and speeches on the event. Former Nungba MLA and CWC member Gaikhangam, RBCC CCI Pastor Reverend Zauzian Gangmai, IAS retired LP Godmai, former account officer of taxation Kenzo Golmai, social worker Azon Golmai, RBCC CCI woman president TP Sara, Dr. Aram Padmai and many others attended the felicitation program. A one-day workshop on wildlife crime prevention challenges, solutions and role of stakeholders was held at the auditorium hall of the High Court of Manipur, Mantripurki, Infal today. At the workshop organized by Manipur State Legal Services Authority and Aranyak High Court of Manipur, Justice A. Bimol, Justice M. P. Murali Dharan, Manipur Police DJP Dongel, Forest CCF Longzam Joy Kumar were attended as presidium members. Attending the function, High Court of Manipur Chief Justice P.B. Sanjay Kumar said, India is looking in the context of the world. Is a country still happening a crime related to wildlife? Mainly, a rhino horn found in the northeast state of India and tortoise were exporting to the neighboring countries illegally. The long international boundary having at the northeast state is one of the big reasons to occur more in crime, he added.
Tiger parks, rhinoceros horns, and more recently, pangolin scales. These protected life forms are used as raw material for eating purposes, for medicinal purposes, and live birds and animals serve as exotic and ornamental pets. Unfortunately, India has become not only a major source but also a transit and a destination for wildlife trafficking and wildlife products. The most common wildlife and wildlife products seized within India while being smuggled are ivory, turtles, and tortoises, especially Indian star tortoises and red sanders.
Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh inaugurated Hotel Emolist at Old Lambulen Road, Imphal today. He expressed about how this will not only address the problem of accommodation by people from outside the state, but also expand employment opportunities for the youth of the state. A unit of AMUCO, United Clubs Organization of Bishnupur District, UCO-BID, AMAWOVA, Anti-Drug Campaign Bishnupur District and MPAL jointly organized a mass tree plantation cum social service camp with Maibon Singmang Welfare Youth Club, Isumkom Kairap Youth Welfare Club, Kabowaksing Youth Welfare Organization, Hainobok Youth Development Club and Sanjanpok United Welfare Club Yendrembam, Awang Lekay. In today's program, executives of UCO-BID, United Villages, Club Organizations and Nambol Area Mera Paibi Apunbalov participated. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh greeted the people of Manipur on the auspicious occasion of Mera Sauren Hoba starting from today to be celebrated for 15 days. The festival is celebrated to preserve and promote unity amongst all communities of Manipur on the first day of the lunar month of Mera. It is said that he has a firm belief in the oneness and brotherhood of all communities in the state, and this festival holds a special significance for each one of us as it teaches us to live in perfect harmony. Progress of our state and nation depends on peaceful coexistences of all the ethnic communities. On this auspicious day, let us pray for the strengthening of the brotherly bond amongst all communities of the state and quell any effort by vested interests to divide the state. Let us all join hands to bring back the age-old tradition of love and brotherhood among all communities in Manipur. He further said that he once again convey his best wishes to one and all on Mera Sauren Hoba. Let the tradition of sharing and exchange of gifts and this day propels us to greater heights of peace and harmony. An under-trial prisoner was found hanging inside a cell at the Manipur Central Jail, Sajiwa, Imphal East at around 1:30 a.m. on Sunday. The deceased has been identified as Moirangthem Jupiter, 30 years old, son of late Moirangthem Jugindro Singh of Thanga Moirangthem Laikai, Bishnupur District. Police has reported that Jupiter was an under-trial prisoner and was remanded to judicial custody by Chief Judicial Magistrate Bishnupur against the charge of murder of his father on April 20, 2021 by slashing multiple times while his father was sleeping at his house. It further reported that he was kept in a lunatic cell due to his mental disorder. The police personnel found him hanging inside the cell during a routine checkup of the inmate. The body was admitted to Jennings morgue later after conducting an autopsy with the knowledge of his family members. The dead body was handed over to them for his last rite. Now, before giving you further news, let's have a short commercial break.
DS Enterprises Kasamthong na organize over mga suba langbal kaikil. Nakadol ba September gi tang taraga tagi October gi tang taraga ni toy pawba. Palace compound na leiba aptak kangjebung da pangpok sargan.
Langbal kaikil asida Manipur da leiriba furuk khudingmakki cultural item amadi store sing thongbigani.
Mangarak suba langbal kaikil asida national amadi international gi oiba store chama hena saruk yagadori.
Nipal tangdana pangthokpa festival amani. Festival asida gambling item amati yawjaroi handloom handicraft amadi disabled singi oina Soul 20 khudongtawa thamjai.
Tongan musical event rock show Manipuri matam isai loinana with the star dance competition amadi fashion event kaya su langbal kaikil uba phongbigani.
Please come and enjoy at Langbal Kaikil.
Please come and enjoy at Langbal Kaikil.
American Oncology Institute AOI amadi Babina Specialty Hospital anigi makhada comprehensive cancer care ga loinana multi specialty service singi kudong sabasing pijari kudong sabasing adudi neurology, urology, internal medicine, general surgery, critical care ICU amadi palliative medicine ni.
Hey, Wanglen! Nangna matanda pokchabi chamu nangna sasan phugu phuba ngisidagidi da isa se pudra chakradabani.
Hello, Mr. Carver. I'm back. Mahuksa lighting be kusim yal the fazabi mapa lighting a city.
Hanga gaga nanga kaitamino. Thonje laga kaitamino ba.
Kari haiba.
Mai namda batono nungshiba ai serangini nangi. Hello lagi mana remni. Ai di sakit pangabina. Sakit pangabina.
Mani chakobudana kari shiduba.
Nang sana saba natro. Sana singsiga chak manaba arupagi ama sabiyu.
The pinnacles of success. Get enrolled to one of the finest schools in Northeast India, UNACO School, Excellence in Education.
Welcome back after a short commercial break. Now giving you further news. The 71st death anniversary of Lamyanba Hizam Iravat was organized today at his birthplace Pisum Oinam Lekai. In the observance ceremony, fitting floral tributes were paid at the memorial statue of Lamyanba Hizam Iravat, and a minute's silence was also observed as a sign of respect to the martyr. Led by Kisamtung Assembly Constituency, MLA Niskan Singh Saptom. In the program organized by Iravat Memorial Charitable Trust, MLA Nisikan said that necessary works will be taken up on the park and the memorial statue, and added that he will show his works through actions, not by words. Flagging the ever-increasing growth of the wildlife crime, especially trafficking in wildlife within India as well as in the global level, the Chief Justice of High Court of Manipur, Justice P.V. Sanjay Kumar, today underlined sustained collaboration among all the stakeholders, including various government agencies and forces in the state and central level. Addressing a workshop on wildlife crime prevention challenges, solutions and roles of stakeholders, in the auditorium of the High Court of Manipur today, the Chief Justice said, in views of the same scenario, wildlife crime, which is the fourth largest illegal trade on the globe, dealing with wildlife crimes requires also proving its link to narco-terrorism and arms smuggling and using of latest scientific mode of investigating DNA tests and wildlife forensics to increase conviction rate. He said it is necessary for holding training sessions, awareness workshops for forest, police, judiciary and other government agencies for effective tackling of wildlife crimes through synergized efforts in India, a country with major biodiversity. He further said that northeast of India as well as the country as a whole stand vulnerable to wildlife crimes because of the presence of porous international borders and risk prevalent biodiversity. He wished the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 would have provisions to deal with illegal trade of exotic animals too. Other distinguished speakers in the workshop, which was organized by Manipur State Legal Services Authority in collaboration with research-based biodiversity conservation organization Aranyak, www.aranyak.org, also agreed to synergize action on part of multiple agencies as well as the community as a whole to mitigate wildlife crimes.
Tiger parks, rhinoceros horns, and more recently, pangolin scales. These protected life forms are used as raw material for eating purposes, for medicinal purposes, and live birds and animals serve as exotic and ornamental pets. Unfortunately, India has become not only a major source but also a transit and a destination for wildlife trafficking and wildlife products. The most common wildlife and wildlife products seized within India while being smuggled are ivory, turtles, and tortoises, especially Indian star tortoises and red sandals.
Addressing the gathering, the Chief Conservator of Forests, Manipur Longzam Joy Kumar stated that Manipur having rich biodiversity and being close to porous international border is vulnerable to wildlife crime and underlined the need for massive awareness among all stakeholders and state enforcement of the Wildlife Protection Act for prevention of such crimes. The forest official reviewed delay in court proceedings and low conviction rates in case of wildlife crimes cases and observed that usually the court tends to ignore the provisions of imprisonment of the wildlife criminals who get away with only imposition of fines. The Director General of Manipur Police P. Dongel in his address said that it is the human greed that has led to the proliferation of wildlife crimes in Manipur and being considered a haven for wildlife crimes because of its proximity to the international border must have a synergized efforts in place among various agencies including police, forest departments, Assam Rifles, Customs, Wildlife Crime Control Bureau, etc. to protect the wildlife and prevent crimes. Dr. Bibhav Kumar Talukdar, the CEO and Secretary General of Aranyak, set the tone for the well-attended workshop, which was participated by judicial officers, police and forest officers, custom and DRI officials, Assam Rifles officials, and the WCCV and NGO members by presenting a wide picture on wildlife crime in global and regional perspective, besides explain the activities and missions of Aranyak. Rajya Sabha MP, the titular king of Manipur, Maharaj Leishemba Sanajaba, has said that the people of the state should live together happily and peacefully, working towards development of one irrespective of their caste, creed and religion with the coming of this day. He made his statement at the inaugural function of the 15-day-long Mera Saurel Hauba at Kangla, which begins today. In the function, priests, priestesses, horse riders related to Manipur Kingdom and different community peoples were participated. On the ceremony, MP Leishemba Sanajaba further said that the ceremony have been practicing since our ancestors between the hill people and those who are staying in the valley.
Ngasi akhona pangthoi ba thorom asi khoi Mera Saurel Hauba haiba ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯦꯔꯥꯒꯤ ꯅꯣꯡꯃ ꯄꯥꯟꯕ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠꯇ ꯄꯥꯡꯊꯣꯛꯄ ꯆꯤꯡꯃꯤ ꯇꯝꯃꯤꯒꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯅꯨꯡꯁꯤꯕ ꯀꯨꯝꯍꯩ ꯑꯃꯅꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯊꯧꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯊꯧ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯃꯩꯅ ꯋꯥꯏ ꯇꯥꯡꯅ ꯁꯝ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯀꯌꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯃꯥꯡꯗꯒꯤ ꯅꯤꯡꯁꯤꯡꯕ ꯊꯣꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯏꯄꯥ ꯏꯄꯨ ꯆꯤꯡꯃꯤ ꯇꯝꯃꯤꯅ ꯄꯨꯟꯅ ꯄꯥꯡꯉꯛꯄ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯅꯨꯡꯁꯤꯕ ꯊꯧꯔꯝꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯉꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯊꯧꯔꯝ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯂꯝꯗꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯆꯤꯡꯃꯤ ꯇꯝꯃꯤ ꯐꯨꯔꯨꯞ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯒ ꯊꯧꯔꯝ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯄꯥꯡꯊꯣꯛꯆꯕꯅꯤ ꯉꯁꯤꯗꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯍꯌꯦꯡ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠ 35ꯅꯤ ꯁꯨꯕ ꯃꯦꯔꯥꯒꯤ ꯊꯥꯅꯤꯜ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠꯇ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯦꯔꯥ ꯍꯧ ꯆꯣꯡꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯆꯤꯡꯃꯤ ꯇꯝꯃꯤꯒꯤ ꯀꯨꯝꯍꯩ ꯑꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄꯥꯡꯊꯣꯛꯆꯒꯅꯤ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯊꯧꯔꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯅ ꯂꯥꯛꯄꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯂꯝꯗꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯀꯥꯡꯂꯨꯞ ꯐꯨꯔꯨꯞ ꯂꯥꯏꯅꯤꯡ ꯂꯥꯏꯁꯣꯟ ꯆꯠꯄ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯊꯥꯖꯕ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯛꯇꯝ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯃꯠꯇ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯤꯡꯃꯤꯟꯅꯗꯅ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯑꯃꯕꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯅꯨꯡꯁꯤ ꯆꯥꯟꯅꯅ ꯍꯤꯡꯃꯤꯟꯅꯗꯅ ꯆꯥꯎꯈꯠꯄ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯏꯪ ꯇꯞꯄ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔ ꯑꯃ ꯉꯁꯤꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯦꯔꯥ ꯆꯣꯔꯦꯜ ꯍꯧꯕꯁꯤꯅ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯄ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯁꯅꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗ
India today reported 4,129 new COVID cases and 20 deaths in the last 24 hours, the Health Ministry data stated. The country's active case load has declined to 43,415, while total number of COVID cases is more than 4.45 crore, with 5,28,530 fatalities so far. While Assam has reported 2,742 active case load, Gujarat has contributed 1,012 active cases. Karnataka has reported 3,182 active cases, while Kerala has 13,469 active cases. Maharashtra has 3,702 active cases, Odisha 1,329 cases, Rajasthan with 682 cases, Tamil Nadu has 5,395 active cases, Uttarakhand 1,077 cases, and West Bengal has 3,123 active cases so far. The daily positivity rate has been reported at 2.51%, while the weekly positivity rate is 1.61%. In the last 24 hours, more than 4,688 patients recovered from COVID. Since the onset of COVID, more than 4,40,298 people have recovered from COVID. The country has conducted over 89.38 crore COVID tests till date, whereas 1,64,377 tests were conducted in the last 24 hours. Under the COVID vaccination drive, more than 217.68 crore vaccine doses have been administered to the people across the country so far. Union Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan has directed states, union territories to do surveillance of incoming international travelers as a part of revised surveillance strategy in the context of COVID-19. In cricket, India registered a thrilling 6-wicket victory over Australia in the third and the final T20 Cricket International in Hyderabad last night to clinch the series by 2-1. Put into vet first, the visitors posted 186 for 7 in the stipulated 20 overs with the help of the Tim David's 54 and Cameron Green's 52 runs. For host, Akshar Patel picked up 3 wickets. In reply, India overhauled the target for the loss of 4 wickets on the penultimate ball of the game, riding on Surya Kumar Yadav's 69 runs, knocked off 36 balls, and Virat Kohli's 63 off 48 balls. For Australia, Daniel Sams carved 2 wickets. Earlier, India won the toss and elected the field first. For his match-winning runs, Surya Kumar Yadav was named the player of the match, while Akshar Patel was adjudged the player of the series for picking up 8 wickets. With this, India have now won the most T20s in the calendar year, surpassing Pakistan's record of 20 victories, which was made in 2021. For ELITETV News channel, contact to the email address info@elitv.in or 9402890982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and Twitter for more information about the channel. Now let's look at the headlines once again. Women groups Village Authority, youth of Guiganglong Langol stay sit in protest against the recent eviction carried out at Guiganglong Langol. Godmai clan denizens felicitated Dr. Panti Bonliu Godmai, the first Godmai woman in Doctor of Ministry. India reports 4,120 new COVID cases, 20 days in last 24 hours. Active case load has declined to 43,450. And India beat Australia by 6 wickets in final T20 international cricket to clinch the series 2-1. Well, that's all for 6 p.m. ELITETV English news and updates. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.